Okay, the last thing that I'm gonna do during nap time today, while the baby takes a nap, is I'm going to prepare our dinner for tonight. I decided on an oven fried Parmesan chicken recipe. If it's really hot because it's summertime and you don't want to use the oven in your home, like I don't want to, because we don't have air condition. It's just not something that we have where we live, unless you're a business. Then you can also cook it on the Traeger. I've been using my Traeger a lot to cook things like even French fries or cookies or an enchilada or sometimes, and they turn out really good. They just have a little bit of a smoke flavor to them, but if you can get past that, it's not the end of the world. So this recipe is a great recipe that I can take and put on my Traeger at 350 degrees, or I can also bake it in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by making my wash for my chicken, and then I'm gonna dip it, or I'm gonna put it in some breadcrumbs after I season them up. So I'm gonna start by cracking an egg. This is one of my homegrown chicken eggs. So you always wanna make sure and check your eggs and make sure that they're good before you use them in a separate bowl. And then I'm gonna add just directly to this 3 tablespoons of milk. This is really not critical that you measure. So I'm just gonna do a little bit, then I'm gonna whisk that together. Of any kind that you're breading. Then we're gonna take some breadcrumbs on this other side here. It calls for a 1/4 cup. I didn't actually know if I'd have enough. But these are homemade breadcrumbs that I just put into my food processor. Anytime I make bread and it doesn't get used, it doesn't go to waste. I take it and I use my food processor and I grind it up, and then I stick it in my freezer so that when I need it, it's on hand and it's ready to go. I also pulled out some garlic bread, which I thought would be really good, that we had left over that I made from the weekend. But I don't think I'm gonna need any more than what I have here. So already done. So I'll save that for later and put it in the food processor later and then in the freezer. You don't have to use homemade breadcrumbs for this. It's just what I have because I don't buy breadcrumbs anymore. Like I said earlier in the video, we have some kids that some of my family members cannot eat certain types of flour, so I home make all of our bread and things like that. Okay, next what I put in was some garlic salt. This is homemade garlic salt. I know it's in a garlic salt container, but it's just salt, garlic, and then some Italian seasoning because I just reused the container. Then we're gonna add in some black pepper. If you need measurements, it's like a teaspoon of each. I'm gonna add a little bit more oregano, which I'm gonna put this in my hand and I'm gonna mash it. So same, just like a tiny bit, like a teaspoon worth. Mashing it just brings the flavor up a little bit more and grinds it up a little bit. So I just use my hands to do that. And then I'm gonna sprinkle in some paprika, just to give it some added color and smoky flavor. And then I'm going to just quickly mix that. My hands are clean. I did wash them right before this. Okay, now I'm gonna do the chicken part, and I'm gonna use my hands. You can use some tongs, but I'm gonna use my hands. I just have chicken drumsticks here. It's just what I had in the freezer. I pulled it out earlier this week and I needed to use it, so I decided, what can I do to use these up before they go bad? And this was the recipe I came up with. You can take the skin off, you don't have to. You can do chicken breast instead if you don't like chicken on the bone. You can also do chicken thighs. I like chicken thighs, but I think I bought these, they were 99 cents a pound. And so I said, I can figure out something to do with these, I'm sure, at 99 cents a pound. And here we are. Okay, so this is what it should look like after you dip it in the egg milk mixture and then dip it and cover it pretty generously into your breadcrumb mixture. And I'm going to do this for every single one. With this, I also have some chili beans left over that we need to eat. So we're gonna have some chili beans tonight. And then last night I made some pasta that we didn't eat all of, some einhorn pasta. If you watch my Azure haul video from a couple of weeks ago, I got some einhorn pasta to try, and let me tell you, it was delicious. I didn't know what to expect. I think I overcooked it a little bit, so next time I know, can't overcook it because it falls apart a little bit. But I think with that, to complement this really well, I'm going to make some lemon pasta salad out of it for dinner tonight too, with the beans. Okay, so that was beautiful because it's pretty much just enough. Now the recipe that I'm using, I have altered it a little bit. I always like to take recipes and use them for their measurements, but then I do my own thing with them. That's just, I like different things like that, and I like to use what I have on hand and not go to the grocery store just for one specific thing. So what I am going to do after this to give it that fried taste, even though it's going to go in the oven or on the Traeger, I haven't decided yet, I'm going to take some melted butter and drizzle it over the top of each of these, and then that will help it crisp up like it's supposed to. So I have here my einhorn pasta. I got the shells, the einhorn shells, and they have like a little bit of a nutty flavor to them, but as you can tell, I kind of overcooked them because, well, that's what happens when you are tending to kids and making dinner at the same time. You'll forget that, things are boiling on the stove sometimes. So there they are. I'm gonna put them into our bowl here. And then to that, I love pasta salad because it's so versatile. You can do so many things with it, whatever you have on hand. I'm gonna just chop up some celery for it. I have 4 sticks of celery here. I'd say just cut them bite-sized. You could also add broccoli to this. I just don't have any in the fridge right now. You could add sweet peppers. I don't have any of those either right now. It's kind of the end of the week before I go grocery shopping, so kind of just trying to clean out the fridge a little bit and use what I have so it doesn't go bad and I have to throw it in the trash. I don't like doing that. I have 3 carrots here. They are washed. Now, the cool thing about this is that whatever we don't eat for dinner tonight, I can take tomorrow for lunch and have a quick lunch in the fridge. By just simply adding either some salami cut up or some shredded chicken or something that I have left over meat-wise. If I do in the fridge that we need to eat and we need to use, it already has its veggies, it already has its carbs, so to me it's a well-balanced lunch, a quick and easy lunch. I'm all about taking leftovers and eating them for lunch the next day or next couple of days. add some cheese to this as well. Feta works great. I usually add feta, but this time I have some cheddar that's already opened, some sharp cheddar, and then I have some other cheese that I bought from a store that we might try as well in it if I don't feel like I have enough after the cheddar. The cheddar is from my Azure order, and let me tell you that this sharp cheddar that everyone raves about is totally worth it. It is a little pricey, I thought, for what it is. It's a 8-ounce bar of sharp cheddar, but it's grass-fed in raw milk, and even though it's sharp cheddar, it doesn't have that sharp cheddar bite to it, but my family has really enjoyed it so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this into cubes. And then I'm gonna cut some cauliflower to throw in there as well. And then we'll make the lemon pasta sauce dressing to go with it. And then we'll just put that back in the fridge and let it wait until dinner time and marinate. Hopefully all the flavors will come together for that. I'm gonna cut this up one more time. I really enjoy in a pasta salad when you can have a bite of everything together in the same bite. So I like a lot of veggies, a lot of cheese, a lot of salami, if you're doing salami, or meat. I really like a filling pasta salad, even though it's supposed to be a side. This could also be a great quick and easy dinner idea if you have leftover pasta on a hot summer night when you don't feel like cooking, and you don't feel like having just a cold salad with lettuce, cold lettuce salad. This could be something that you could quickly whip up and have ready. Okay, so far I have my carrots and my celery in here, have my cheese. I just wanted to give it a mix and see what it looks like, to see if I have everything in here that I need, or if I should add some more cheese. And I think I have a good mixture right now. I think that this looks pretty good. So we're gonna stick with that. I'm not gonna do any more cheese, but I am gonna put some cauliflower in there just because we need to use it up. This cauliflower is washed up and ready to use. Something that I like to do is support our local farmers around here in my area, and they do local fresh produce boxes every week. I don't get a box every week, but I do know that all of the produce that is in those boxes is organic and fresh straight from the farm. So this is a cauliflower from that. My carrots were also from that box as well. I really also like those types of boxes because I don't have to think about what kind of vegetables to get at the grocery store. They have a weekly thing, and they change with fresh fruits and fresh local in season veggies, and I can get those, and then I can think about, okay, what new recipes can I try this week out of what I have here? The only downfall to those is that sometimes I feel like, I don't have enough of a variety of things, or I don't get around to using the fresh veggies, so they don't go to waste. They would go to my chickens, but I don't like having to do that. Okay, so it's just a rough chop of the cauliflower. And I'm going to add that in. And mix that around. I knew I was missing something, and I am missing some olives. I need to put some black olives in. That's a family favorite. So I will add some black olives in there as well here in just a moment. I'm gonna rinse my hands. And now for the dressing, we have half a cup of olive oil. Mix it right into this bowl here. Put it in here. I forgot I had put the garlic in here to defrost earlier. I get the big bags of garlic from Costco, and I use my food processor and I puree, or I chop them just to a fine chop, and then I take my cookie cutter and my cookie scoop, and I use that to make balls, put them in the freezer, and then I have them on hand for whenever I need them. I have some of these black olives here that I'm going to add in just a moment. These are the Azure olives that I mentioned in my video that I had just bought from my Azure haul. I do have to chop them up, or you can leave them whole as well, but I will drain them here in a minute, and then I will throw those into my pasta salad as well. I am going to add to my olive oil and my garlic, which is it called for about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic, so that's probably what that is about. I'm going to squeeze my lemons. Usually I would use my lemon juicer. However, these lemons are more than ready to squeeze. As you can tell, I probably needed to juice these anyway. You want about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, and these are super juicy, so I may only need 1 lemon. They do have seeds, so I am using the strainer. Oops. Yeah, that's about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice just from that 1 lemon. So those were completely ready to use. And then I'm going to add the zest of a lemon also. I should have zested this other lemon first, but I didn't. I thought I would need 2 lemons. So I'm just gonna zest it real quick. This will just give it that extra kick of fresh lemon taste. And this lemon will not go to waste that I am zesting. I will use this either in my water and cut it into wedges, or I'll just juice it and I'll put it into ice cube trays and then add it to my frozen collection. Okay. And get that lemon zest in there. And now I'm gonna add some dill. You can use fresh dill. I have this dill seasoning that I'm just going to add into it. Just a little bit to give it some extra flavor. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna mix this around. just until it's well combined. And it smells amazing. I'm going to set this off to the side for just a minute so that we can deal with the olives. I'm going to show you what these olives look like because they're even a little bit different in color than the olives that you buy in the grocery store. They're more of like a brownish color. I don't know if that's what gives them their good flavor or whatever it is, but these are just the best olives that we've ever had. Besides, we really enjoy green olives too. They don't have a green olive taste, but they also don't have the black olive taste either of like, I don't know, I get it like a metal taste when you have regular black olives from the grocery store. These don't have that flavor. They just have an olive good flavor. I'm just chopping these into quarters, so in half and then half again, and adding them to my pasta salad just for some extra flavor. If I don't add all of the olives to this pasta salad, my kids will be really happy, so I'll probably just leave a couple off to the side so that they can snack on them before dinner. You can also add a red onion to this, or pickled red onions would be really good in a pasta salad. Pepperoncinis are good in a pasta salad. They'd be good in this one. I think they'd complement the flavors really well. Asparagus might be really good in here. Some peas would be good in here. Just a few different ideas of what you can sneak in here or just have in here for different flavors and to complement the lemon flavor of the dressing and the dill to make it extra, a little bit more fresh. Okay, so let me go ahead and give this a good stir and make sure I have enough of things in here so that it's all, you can pretty much get a bite of everything in every spoonful. Okay, so that's what it looks like right now with all the different colors. So it's looking nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just stir this one more time just to get the flavors mixed up before I pour it on my pasta salad. It smells really good still, garlicky and lemony and fresh. Can't wait to try this. I'm gonna actually probably just sneak a little bowl full here in just a second, just to make sure I have enough flavors. Okay, let me go ahead and grab a bowl and I'm gonna try a little bit of this. Okay. Try and get a little bit of every flavor in here. That's delicious. You can taste the lemon. You can also taste the dill though. And then I got a bite of the cheese in there with it. So you have like the saltier type of flavor with it as well. When that sits, that's gonna be really, really good And then you have the little bit of a bite from the garlic. I'm gonna throw this in the fridge. I'm gonna cover this and throw this in the fridge. Just to let that marinate. This is something you could probably even make a day ahead and take to a barbecue or a summer cookout, something like that. Okay, I'm gonna throw the chicken on the grill, and then we will come back and I will show you what the product of the chicken looks like. Thank you for now, and I will see you soon in a minute. I just wanted to show you the end product of the chicken. I baked this on the Traeger for about an hour at 375 and it turned out delicious. Here are the hamburger buns that I shared with you, the dough. I'm gonna let them final rise, and after they did their final rise, I baked them at 350 for about 25 minutes and they turned out really soft and delicious. And then last, I just wanted to show you the progress of the sourdough bread, which find my short on this because that bread is super soft and super yummy.